Our title rival is right up there in P1. Need to get past a few here. Come on. Oh, bit of contact there. Lots of contact there. I don't know what happened. We got hit from behind a bit, I think. Got a warning there for something. Oh, God. I thought I braked too late then. We're okay. We got it slowed down nicely. Up to P9 then. What a start that is. 5 positions on the first lap alone. If I get to the end of this race with no penalty, it's going to be nothing short of a miracle. Is that going to be a good overtaking spot for us? Up to P8. Let's go. They absolutely are going to be side by side. Is there an opportunity here for us? Is there? I don't really want the opportunity yet because I don't really want to be 3 wide into the chicane. However, they definitely just backed out of it there. Just take 1 position for now. Verstappen was slow. Leave a bit of room on the inside. Not much, apparently. That cost us time on the exit for sure. Bit of contact there with Sainz. We potentially could have gone for a dive bomb there, but it's felt a bit much. And surely we can't get Verstappen from this far back. Surely we can't get Verstappen from this far back. Oh my word, have we got a rocket ship in a straight line on this track. Here we go then. Where are we going to come out? Oh, 2.5 second stop. Let's go, Ferrari. But luckily we had just enough pace to get ahead of Max Verstappen, which is great news. P7 at the moment. No ERS. We just beat it there with a 27.6. Can we get him? Can we get him? Can we get him? Surely not. He's got too much DRS. He's using DRS as well, I think. Can we get him? Can we get him? Woo, squeeze him out. Get out of it, Albon. Job done. Now let's get Charles straight away. Let him defend. I should be able to fly runners outside here. Lose plenty of ERS. A little bit of ERS further onto the line. Is this going to be a purple? It is by 3.5 tenths. Will that put it out of reach of the cars ahead? We don't know yet. P5 and P6. That's a good result if we can take it. I've got a 3-second gap now to the cars behind just in case I do get that corner cutting penalty. That's a nice line. I told you. I don't script these things, but something in my brain, when I talk about it, makes me do it. We're going to come across the line with a penalty shot. Bottas does steal the fastest lap of the race. Hello everyone, welcome along to another stream. So we're going to be doing the Schumi at Ferrari career mode, as we always do on Tuesday at 7 PM UK time. And just 4 races left in the season now. Last 2 races in a row, we've struggled to qualify. We've had to fight through the pack. We need to not let that happen today. However, it's going to be difficult. It is COTA, it is the United States Grand Prix. It's quite a technical track, but we've got the most downforce in the field, don't forget. We could do with a double podium today. We could very much do with a double podium today. But before we get into that too much, welcome along to this one, guys. Thank you for joining the Impossible Triangle. Tracy, Fern, V, the Citron, Nikki, Jackers. The Impossible Triangle again, sorry, twice. Hey Ryan, hey Lucas. Sanuk, where's Smash? Just don't know what that means. Hey Matteo, hey James. Hey Wells, Sakura, hey Yoran, hey AMK. Hey Hughes Scott. Hey Matthew. Hey Michael, hey Ephraim, hey Declan, hey Rick, hey Jonathan, hey Harry, hey Tygo, hey Invictus, hey Flying Dutchman, hey Tom, hey Siddhartha, hey Nando Loris. There you go, I finally managed to catch up for once on that. Normally they go too fast for me to catch up, but welcome along to this one, guys. Hopefully we can have a good race today, and as I said, last time out, good recovery drive, as you just saw at the start of the stream. P5 in the end, but qualified, I think it was P14. Not good. Today, though, is not going to be much easier because, unfortunately, as you will see, wet qualifying. For some reason, I didn't get an email about it for this race. We can't see the proper forecast, but according to that looks like it might be a full wet qualifying. And you know how well the AI go in the wet weather, but then a nice sunny race. So although we need to try and qualify well today to take it to Lewis Hamilton, we may struggle. Let's have a look then where we are at in the standings, and there we go. We are now behind Lewis Hamilton. We were ahead of him before the last race, but we are now 7 points behind Lewis Hamilton. Constructors, I was aiming for that at the start of the season, but to be honest, Mercedes have had a phenomenal season. It sounds obvious given what we know about Mercedes, especially from 2020, but I honestly thought I could beat them this season, but they're, what, 126? Is that right? About 126 points away. With only 3 races left after this one, it's looking pretty damn likely that they will win the Constructors. maybe here if they have a great result and we have a bad result, almost certainly in the next race. In terms of performance so far this season, there it is. So we've had a really consistent season. We've had lots of fastest laps, lots of wins, lots of podiums. But Hamilton has been mega. Last 2 races, he won the last 2 races in a row. Well, we've only done a 2nd and a 5th, so that's what has allowed him to catch up. And there's the 4 races left in this season. So we've got COTA, Mexico, Brazil, and then Abu Dhabi. Performance-wise then, that's where we're at now. So we've closed in on Mercedes overall. Once again, Mercedes, this is what I mean, they've smashed it this season. Their development has been unbelievable. They've really developed the car well. They've just kept going and going and going and going. It's been mega from them. You can see ever since sort of race 8 Baku time, we've been about level with them. They've developed as well as us. And I would expect the player car to be able to develop better, but it isn't. So, but this race, they've only had a small update. We've had a big update. We've also got another big update, a weight reduction update planned for next time out. Let's have a look at the individual departments. Obviously, this is our last season, so we don't care that these upgrades are going to get reset. We've got the most downforce of any car. Mercedes have only got the 3rd most downforce. Engine power, we've got the most, or engine performance, we've got the best engine of anyone in the field. However, our chassis really lets us down. We have now got the 6th fastest chassis. You can see that major update may put us to the 4th best chassis, so that's why we need to concentrate our resources for now. Obviously, durability is awful, but we don't care. We've got enough parts to make it to the end. Very quickly on that, we're going to have pretty much a brand new unit. 6% wear, 7% wear, 5% wear, almost a brand new unit, which will probably see us through to the end of the season. We've also got a brand new gearbox. I don't know why it says pending. It should already be in. This screen is a little bit buggy. We should have a brand new gearbox, but that won't make a big difference. That's you up to date then. And as I said, hoping for a double podium today. You never know. The Constructors' Championship is still mathematically possible. If we get a 1-2 today with the fastest lap and Mercedes don't score any points, it's a good start, but we'll also need that to happen at another race at the end of the season. But hey, all we can hope for is a double podium. What I need to concentrate on, though, is that Drivers' Championship. 7 points back. Mercedes have still got a better car than us. Some interesting tracks coming up that the AI could go well at. So we need Charles up there. If Charles can start beating Lewis Hamilton, that'll really help us in this Drivers' Championship. With, as I said, just the 4 more races to go. Well, should we get straight on into it then? As always, 110 AI, custom setup, all assists off, safety car on, vehicle damage on full, corner cutting on strict. I think that's about what you need to know, isn't it, from that stuff? Why does Leclerc always retire? I would love it if they improved that. Because, yeah, as you can see, he's had 4 DNFs this season. I think they're all reliability issues. Obviously, I haven't done any reliability updates, but look, he retired in race 1. So did Lewis Hamilton, interestingly. I think they need to improve that. I think they retire a bit too much. That being said, I like the retirements. I think they need to make crash retirements happen a little bit more, and reliability retirements happen a little bit less. I would also love it if we could manage our teammates' engine components ourselves, so we can make sure that we're not using a component that's 90% worn at the start of a race. Why would we do that? We'd put a new one in, even if it takes a penalty. So I would love that in future races, but we'll see. We'll see. He went very well in practice. On hard tyres, he was only 3/10 off the Mercedes, so we will see. They're on mediums. Penalties, be careful. Yes, so that is something I've had pretty much every single race this season. I've had a penalty because I'm very bad at corner cutting. It's so easy to do on strict, but it happens a lot. So I need to be very cautious on this one. And that does look like, that's raining sideways. That's proper full wet conditions for this United States Grand Prix. Wow. Okay, and indeed, blue tyres on the car there. Full wet conditions. Honestly, for me, top 5 is going to be a great result. In fact, I'm going to ask you guys quickly. I'm going to pause the session. I want to ask you guys where you think I'm going to be, because we've struggled for qualifying form lately. Let's just set it up. So, put in chat right now just the numbers of the position you think that we are going to qualify in. So, obviously, number 1 for pole, number 5 for P5, etc. Not the P, though, just the number, remember, not the P. Just put the number in the chat right now, and we'll get your guys' prediction before we get out on track here. While you guys vote on that, I'm going to show you my setup. So I've actually gone for quite a high downforce setup, partly because it felt better in the dry, but also because I knew there was a wet qualifying coming up. So I've gone for 5.9 wings. That's about 3 clicks higher than I normally run. Other than that, pretty standard stuff. We also lowered the rear suspension and rear anti-roll bars just to try and help with a little bit of stability in the direction changes. So what are you guys saying? You guys are saying P7, P4, P6, P8. You're all kind of on a similar sort of wavelength. So you're thinking top 8. We'll go with top 8 then, shall we? What are you guys thinking? Well, I'll try and do you guys proud. What I am going to do actually is I'm going to put in a bit more fuel, and we're going to go for we're going to go for 2 runs, but we're going to make them longer runs. The wet tyres do last a little while. So we're going to put a bit more fuel in. What do we do? 4 laps? 4.7 perhaps. I might even just put in 5 laps, you know. I'm going to put in 5 laps of fuel. We're just going to keep going. The most important part here is going to be learning the conditions. It's going to be trying to extract maximum performance. What I always end up doing in these wet sessions is I go out there, I do 2 laps in a row, I come in the pits, then I have to sit in the pits for several minutes or go out really early. So I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to go out with plenty of fuel. I'm going to do several laps, especially as it's full wet. We don't often get full wet conditions. We should have plenty of ERS, by the way, to get round. We've got quite a good ERS system now, and also use a bit less in the dry. Just because you're in the wet, sorry, just because you're full throttle less. I didn't actually look at the forecast. I assume it's wet all the way through. Let's ask Jeff. Weather forecast. Weather report. Wish that was a bit more adaptive. Ooh. Rain easing off. Oh god, rain easing off. I can't even see the white lines. I forgot this about COTA when it's wet. You can barely see the track limits. Rain easing off. So we may be on inters before the end. You never know, but at the moment this is very much for wet conditions. No grip at all, really. Really low grip. Just turn the diff up. That will help us a little bit. In Japan, we really struggle for some reason. In the dry conditions, we just couldn't get it working. Like I said, qualified P14. We probably could have got P11, but honestly, we couldn't have got much higher than P11. Do you like COTA as a track? I do. It's not one of my favourites, but I do like it as a track for sure. Yeah, definitely. I'm just going to check. Oh, I've got that new engine in. There you go. Nice new engine. Control electronics is the most worn component, but that doesn't matter for performance. That only matters for how much wear the other components will take. I don't want to let Magnussen through behind. I should be quicker, you'd think, when I'm on a hot lap. Hoping my slightly higher downforce setup will help me in these conditions. Because this is pretty low grip. Right. Let's get this engine turned up then to 12. This is a horrible corner in the dry, let alone in the wet. Right. Now, if we don't pull away from Magnussen on this lap, we've had a bad lap. Let's do it. Lots and lots of wheel spin to start the lap. But we're underway. No traffic, thankfully, coming out of the pits. Where do we brake for this turn in the wet? No idea. Brake a little bit early. We'd rather brake early than later. Take a nice apex. Oh, wheel spin up into 4th. This probably isn't even flat. It's nowhere near flat. We could take that a bit better next time with that knowledge. Almost cut the corner there because it's so easy to do in the wet conditions because you can barely see the white lines. Magnussen's all over us. Shows we had a pretty poor first sector, but that's okay. It is our first flying lap. Almost completely cut that one as well. So hard to judge. Magnussen's all over us. This is not a good sign. We are being quite cautious, you can see. Far from our absolute maximum. Pulled away from him a little bit there. Get it all stopped. Get it all turned. Nice hit my apex. Try and get the exit. It's been quite a tidy lap, but not a quick lap. Max Verstappen's done a 46.3. That is the benchmark for now then. Remember to turn the diff down the race. Yes, absolutely. I did forget that for a couple of laps last time out. In Singapore, you forgot. There you go. I'm just a bit cautious on the power at the moment. But that's okay. I'm just getting up to speed. But AI always going to be better than me on the power in the wet. There's basically nothing I can do about that. I'm not traction control. I can't adjust my throttle position 1,000 times a second. Right. It's been an okay opening lap though. We have pulled away from Magnussen a little bit, which is an okay sign, but obviously we're expecting to be miles ahead of Magnussen. That was a big moment. As I said, tidy lap. Not a especially fast lap, but not an awful lap. A tidy first banker lap. We've got a few more of those to go yet. How is our fuel? Still got 3 laps of fuel, which is lovely. Up to P5, ahead of the Haases, but behind the racing point. We used to do a bit better than that. There's a Renault coming out of the pits. Hopefully he doesn't get in our way. He is Oh, he didn't quite hit us. He very nearly did. Let's see if we can take this corner a bit better now. Now we know it's nowhere near flat. Backing off a bit early to try and get the exit better. That was a bit better, I think. Oh. Not particularly up on our best. Can't even look at it right now. There's too many corners in the first sector to try and look at our delta. Again, that's going to be a disallowed lap. I'm actually going to turn it down to lean to see if we can maybe sneak in an extra lap on the fuel we've got. 3/10 up though, despite not having a great sector. Yes, we did take a cut, but it wasn't a huge cut. It's not worth 3/10, that's for sure. I will turn the... No, I won't turn the ERS down. We're on 100% charge. There's no point. What is my favourite track? I feel like Austria is one of my favourites. But I don't really have a favourite track. It does vary. But I definitely do like Austria. There's lots of tracks I like. I like Brazil. What else? I don't know. Several tracks. I tend to prefer the more sort of stop-starty tracks over the more flowing tracks in general. Just works a bit better in my driving style. Oh, very deep there. Still just trying to figure out the conditions, the grip we've got here available to us. PA only though. We're only 4/10 off despite having backed off and turned our engine down, so that's a good sign. We did it again. Okay, let's be very mindful of that on our next lap. Right, come on then, here we go. Let's have another go at it. Should be able to improve on that lap, especially if the rain has eased off. It's hard to know. Felt like a bit more traction on the exit there, as reflected in the delta. Definitely braked a bit later there. Missed my apex a little bit, but it allowed us to take a bit of a late apex. Get the better exit. Could definitely carry a bit more speed there, but I'm so scared of getting the oversteer. Not bad. 8/10 up. What? Is that condition? That must be conditions drying. Surely. I don't think I've just found 8/10 in my previous lap. That wasn't awful. Yeah, a lot more traction. It's drying out. It is drying out for sure. 1.2 up. This is going to be who's going to cross the line last. That's a bit deep. That's a bit deep. A lot more traction. A lot more traction. It's really dried up quite a lot, actually. I think we're going to be on inters for too long. I think we'll get in this lap, and then we might get straight back out on inters, to be honest. Definitely drying up, no doubt. It's the traction's the biggest difference, honestly. There's a bit more front grip, but not that much more. It's still very much wet conditions. But the traction is loads easier. Oh, a bit deep there. Did that on our last lap as well. Trying to be cautious on the power to stop that oversteer on the exit. I did, but it might slow me down a bit. Oh, don't disallow that, please. Very poor through there. You can see it in how much time we lost. In fact, despite me saying it's drying up, didn't actually gain any time for the second half of that lap. Lost time, if anything, especially in the final sector. That's a big improvement. Now to P6, just behind Charles Leclerc. Of course, is always our benchmark, being our teammate. We'll probably have to box this lap, but I'm going to stay on it for now, just in case we end up massively up. Then I might risk completing the lap. We will run out of fuel on the in lap if we do that. That's a full spin almost. Keep it out the wall to avoid the repair time. That was a big moment. That was a very big moment. But we carry on. P7 then. Loris managed to split us. But again, this is now all about the conditions. Let's get back to the pits. Let's assess the forecast. Let's ask Jeff again, actually. Weather report.
Inters and wets will probably have similar pace at the moment.
Okay. This is the crossover point, which means it's probably going to get drier and drier. It is going to be at about who is the last man across the line. Let's try and time this then. What sort of lap times are we doing at the moment? 1 minute 45 by the time you find a bit more time, I'd have thought. 1 minute 45. Call that 1.75 minutes. So 3 and a bit for 2. Probably about 5 for 3. Okay, it's really hard to judge. It's really hard to judge. 5 seconds a lap is going to make quite a big difference if we do 4 laps. I think we just get back out there. I don't think we mess about with timings too much. I would like to have been one of the last cars across the line, but you say 10 minutes until of rain, so it is going to dry up potentially, but won't be on slicks, of course. It's far too wet for that. Okay, P8 for now, but I can pretty much guarantee you that if we don't improve, we'll be last. I can pretty much guarantee that. Inters, yep, absolutely, guys. I completely agree. Let's get on the intermediate tyres and let's see what we can do. Now, what do? Do we go straight back out and hope for the best? Or do we wait a little bit? Really hard to judge. Really hard to judge. Wait till last second. Yeah, but I also want to be out there learning the conditions again. I don't want to leave myself just one lap. I'd like to have at least two, just so I can learn the conditions. That's the most important part. Game reckons they're 1.2 seconds quicker, the Inters. Wow. Those softs only had 7% wear. You see, they just don't wear much, the wet tyres. Bottas done a 45.8. We're 1.3 off that, but that could have been a late lap. I'm not too sure, but... Only a 10th off Charles. That's not bad, but we don't want 6th and 8th in this session. But as I said, if neither of us improve, we're at the back. We're at the back. Right, what do you think then, chat? What I don't want to do is have loads of fuel at the end. 5 laps would be like, well, almost 10 minutes worth. So 4 laps. Call it a 2-minute lap. I can probably get in about 3 minutes now if I leave. Plus 1 average. Okay, let's just go with this. I'm just going to go now. I'm just going to go now. I should be okay. I should better do my out lap and then maybe 3 hot laps just about. Definitely 2, but I want to try and be the last car across the line. That's going to be really beneficial today. Let's see if we can time it as the timer ticks down there. People saying go at 4 minutes. I'm honestly not worried about tyre wear. I want to be out there learning the conditions. And on the last lap, I want to be able to absolutely nail it. Yeah, definitely ready for Inters now. Plenty of grip. Loads more front grip on the Inters. Says if that was flat. It is not. Not a lot closer to flat than it was on the wets, though. Yeah, this is going to be significantly faster. I would suggest somewhere in the region of 2, maybe even 3 seconds faster. A lot more grip here. A lot more grip. Bit easier on traction. But it's front grip, interestingly, that's making the biggest difference now on Inters. I assume the Mercedes up ahead is on Inters, by the way. I will double check. I think it's the one that hasn't set a time yet. Oh. Both set a time. We can't see it then yet because he's not crossed the line. Never mind. What gloves do I wear? I wear Sparco Hyper Grips. They're really good. If you do want some racing gloves, if you've got a wheel you want to protect a little bit from all the various things that are on your hand, including sweat and oil, I do recommend a set of Sparco Hyper Grips. I'm really impressed with them. Okay. We also need to not get traffic, of course. That's the other thing. Could get caught up in some awful traffic. So we want to get this first lap in as kind of a bit of a banker in these kind of okay conditions, because actually, as far as I'm aware of the game, it doesn't get excessively faster as it dries out. It's not quite like real life, I don't think. It gets faster for sure as it dries out, but not like ridiculously. I call it so lethal even now. Right, come on then. Let's find a couple of seconds here as a bit of a banker. It's definitely a lot more front grip. Got a lot more confidence now in these conditions, I would say. No one's going to come out of the pits, so this is going to allow us to get a nice clear lap in, hopefully. She's off the brakes there. There you go, 3/10 alone through there. Oh, very slidey. Got through it with the rear end, never quite attached to the front. And a bit late there, Mr. Apex. Bit of snap oversteer with the curb. Curbs aren't nearly as lethal as in real life, but they are still a little bit lower grip. 1.1 up already in the first sector. little bit deep. It's okay though. Manage a better apex than our current hot lap. 1.5 up now. Come on. And look at on the top left, look, everybody's just come out on intermediate tyres. Interesting. And we've got a nice clear track. So we are not going to get any traffic, I don't think. That is a beautiful bit of luck there. Bit deep again. Square off the corner a little bit. There you go. Hamilton's just gone fast with a 42.2. What can we do on this lap? Very nearly disallowed it. Quite lucky not to, actually. And again, almost running wide. We're on the limit through some of those corners. Three and a half seconds we gain. Go up to P2, but 1.5 seconds off Hamilton. Wow, that's a lot of time. 2 minutes left. We are going to get one more lap in after this one. We're going to get one more lap and we're going to be one of the last. I think we're going to be the last car to cross the line. We're not actually. We're going to be one of the last cars to cross the line. Annoyingly, there's another Mercedes there that's going to be even later to cross the line than us. I think we back out of it a little bit now. Just conserve the fuel. Make sure we got enough. Should be fine to get to the line within sort of 10 or 15 seconds on this one. We've accidentally timed it perfectly. Well, it was a kind of guesstimate timing, to be fair. It wasn't a complete accident. But it is not bad news. Not enough fuel. We should be okay if we back off on this lap and do a bit of lifting and coasting. You can save really quite a lot of fuel if you do lifting and coasting, and we've got quite a lot of time to burn. We should be okay. It's P2 at the moment, but of course no one else has improved. They're all on hot laps now. A lot of them, though, won't get another one. We will. We absolutely will. I hope I've got enough fuel. Let's do some big lifting and coasting in this final sector just to make sure we've got plenty. We should be okay. But we're in no rush to get to the line right now. In fact, the slower we are to the line, the better conditions we'll have, of course. Assuming it is not raining so much. But let's shoot to complete stop the raining soon. Out of tyre wear, only 4% all round. Fine, totally fine. Right then, chat. This is going to be our one and only hot lap in these conditions. We did an okay one last time, but it's 1.5 seconds slower than Lewis Hamilton. So we really need to buck our ideas up now. Got plenty of fuel. Should have plenty of fuel. Let's get this lap underway. Let's see what we can do. We need to be, I would say about what you guys said. You guys say top 8. I would say we need to be at least that to really start thinking about this championship. Come on. That's deep. That is horribly deep. Made the most of it. Bottas got in faster. Bit of oversteer there, but we managed it well. Again, sliding far too much through that sector. Not ideal. Let's see if we can hit better apex this time. We can indeed. Three tenths up. Not bad. Not bad. Let's keep up the pace. We're tumbling down the order in the top left, as you can see. Waited a little bit later there, but got it stopped better. That's the drying conditions for you. Not a bad exit. Not a bad exit. Come on. We want more than 3 tenths. Charles, by the way, got traffic. Look at the mini-map. Charles tucked right behind an Alpha. He's not going to qualify well. That is not what we needed today. Come on. Ah. Got a bit excited. Not managed to find. No! Honestly, I couldn't correct that without losing a horrible amount of time. We were so far over. That is going to be us outside the top 10 once again. We could have had just over 3 tenths. Where is that going to put us? 11th. Ah! I bet 3 tenths would have put us like 7th. Bottled it a little bit there, chat. It's so hard though. Those conditions are so hard. Well, 3 tenths would have actually only given us 1 position up to P10. Charles, P14. The title of this stream. Said we need a double podium today. Once again, we're both starting outside of top 10. Luckily, Hamilton's not even in the top 2. He's P3. Difficult day. Difficult day. Honestly, the AI are good in quali, and they're also good in the wet. I'm not surprised about the size of that gap, but I'm disappointed about the position. I wasn't, even though we got one of the best cars, I wasn't hoping for front rows. I was hoping for top 8, like you guys. P11. A little bit better than last time. Not good enough. Not good enough. We need to start beating Lewis Hamilton. There's only 4 more races to go, including the one we're about to see. We're already 7 points back. We can't keep losing pace. It's getting to crunch point in the season. We do need to start beating him. He's had a good run recently. He's won the last 2 races in a row. We need to really start beating him. Easy top 8, easy. 11th! I haven't got the right voice to do that kind of reaction. Ah. Oh, look at that, chat. Look at the last little bit of weather forecast there. Surely, often these forecasts are a bit late. Often, what actually happens is the weather comes in a bit sooner. Are we going to be on inters for the end of this race, or are we just going to be on a wet track? Wow. Well, hey, look, we're starting in dry conditions. All we can do is push like hell in the beginning and hope to get as far forward as we possibly can. Run as long as possible. Mediums. Yes, guys, so which tyre do you want me to start on? I won't ask you just yet. Don't put it in the comments just yet, because I'll let you see the strategy first. But let's see if there's any penalties. Bottas is still on pole. Daniel's still in P2. Is Hamilton still in P3? Has he got a penalty? He is still in P3. No penalty for Lewis Hamilton. Any other relevant penalties? Remember, we were supposed to be P11. Has anyone got any penalties? Has it moved us up? It hasn't. No penalties. Not a single penalty today. Wow. No penalties that matter. Right then, chat. Which tyre should I start on? It was a wet qualifying, so we had a free choice. Wow. The game is suggesting a 2-stop. Interesting. Let's see what would happen if we tell the game, no, 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 let's do a 1-stop. The game thinks we can't make it. Oh no, the game thinks we can just about make it. Alright then, surely that's our strategy today. All I want, guys, is a start tyre. Wrong button. Type in medium, soft or hard. Soft, medium, hard. The full word, put that in chat right now. Which tyre you think I should start on? And whatever you guys say, I will go for. Soft, medium, or hard. Just put those words in chat. Remember, no plural won't count. Softs will count as a different word to soft. So just the singular. Soft, medium, or hard. Mediums win at the moment. I think I agree, to be honest. I think I do agree. We go for mediums. Like that. There's actually apparently 1 lap leeway. That is saying 2.2 seconds quicker than 2-stop. That means, though, most AI will go for a 2-stop. It means if it does rain at the end, we could be in trouble. Because they might get a free pit stop. But, for now, I think that is a wise choice. Let's plan for that. As always, I'll ask you guys during the race what you think. Almost all of you are saying mediums. That's the wrong button. So, let's go for that. It could change. It could be a safety car. It could be rain. Tyres could wear horribly. They could wear not so much. So, we'll kind of edit it on the fly, but for now let's go for that. So fuel wise, we can probably save a bit. We can probably save a fair bit. I'm going to start light on fuel, you know. I'm going to start light. I'm going to start half a lap light on fuel. I reckon we can save quite a lot in this race. Right then, chat, how's our setup for the dry conditions? How are we going to get on in this race? We're going to start on mediums. We're going to go to soft at some point. We'll keep the strategies dynamic, but for now, starting P11 only on the grid. Another difficult qualifying. Starting on medium tyres, though. Most people around are starting on softs. Let's try and have a good, clean start here. 5 lights. Quite a quick lights out there. Still a bit of wheel speed. Just struggling with these medium tyres. Let's squeeze these guys over. Let's try and go on the outside of them here if we can. Oh, some damage there. What was that? I had to leave a bit of room, but that actually ended up causing them to go a little bit slow. We're still on 100% diff. We'll turn that down now. Oh, slow ahead. Oh, stupid early warning. Stupid early warning. Has Norris got damage? Stupid early warning. It's going to be so easy to get a penalty on this track, and I've just got a very early one. We've just been hit from behind. What are you doing, guys? I forgot we take quite a different line to AI through there. Albon is all over us, by the way. They, of course, have got softer tyres, but they will wear quite a lot faster. I think we're going to be now trying to hold station if we can. Let's try and see if we can stay in the DRS of Perez. P7. Mercedes, by the way. Straight into 1-2. Of course they are. They break quite early there. That is an overtaking opportunity. Yes, they went a little bit deep, but I could definitely overtake them into there if we get close enough. But let's just, for now, just try and stay within DRS of the guys ahead. Remember, we're on harder tyres. We shouldn't be as quick as them. They should be faster at this stage of the race. So if we can stick with them, that'll be a great result. Bit wide. It's okay. Let's hope Charles can make some progress through the pack as well. We could do with him up here somewhere. Scoring some points for us. A little bit deep there, but we stuck with Perez nicely on that lap. Let's see if we can keep it out for this lap. No DRS, of course, until lap 3. Only 6/10 back for now, though. Luckily, we've got plenty of DRS to use. Albon never really threatened, apart from when he tapped us in one of the corners. Let's just try and stick with him. But the field is being spread now. They're all being pulled apart from each other. Let's just try and, though, keep it clean. I don't want to get a penalty today. I say it almost every week, but I just don't want to get one. But it's so easy to do. I take such a different line to the AI through there. It often messes them up a little bit, but it means I get a slightly better exit. Rev the engine a little bit too much. A little bit deep. Can I get a better exit from it, though? A little bit. A little bit. Still within DRS, just about on Perez. If we can just cling on to them as their tyres start to wear, we'll be in a great shape. One of the Renaults, by the way, did have to do a lap 1 box. Unfortunately, it looks like our teammate is stuck in a whole world of traffic. That's a bit deep again. Use a little bit of effort on the exit there just to try and stick with him best I can. He is just edging away, though. Is he going to just sneak out of the 1 second zone? Just as we get to crunch time. Hopefully not. Can we keep this flat with a better line? We can. That was a bit of sliding through there, actually. We don't want to do that every lap. That will start to wear the tyres, but this corner is going to be the easiest one to get a penalty on. Right, we're still within a second. But we need to keep this up because, of course, DRS isn't quite activated just yet. It will be activated for the long back straight now, though. And we are well within DRS at the moment. Let's have a good first sector and try and keep the DRS on Perez. P7, though, is a good start for now, isn't it? We're doing okay. I think I've used more fuel than I have saved. Useful rather than save fuel is what I mean to say. I need to shift down to 6 quite that early. Not a great line through there, but I was just making sure I keep my tyres well within the confines of the racetrack. Well within DRS. Well within DRS. This means we can potentially start to save a bit of fuel. As I said, they should be faster right now. So, we're doing well to just stick with them. I don't think I can really go any faster than I am right now. We're going to go on to lean, you know, nice and early. Got the DRS. It's named us to close in very slightly on Perez, but I don't want to close in too much. I'm happy to sit here for now. I don't think we're much faster at this stage. Give it another couple of laps, though. And I suspect I'll be itching to get by. Because their tyres will really start to wear. Cars ahead, almost battling. Could they be slowing each other down in the moment? Possibly. It's a bit too much DRS on the exit there, but it's not too bad. Staying lean all the way through here. We're now starting to really save some fuel. Now we feel a bit more confident. We can stick with the DRS of Perez. Lucky not to get a warning there. Another dose of DRS down here. Should we go up to standard? I don't think we need more than standard for now. Do we start to think about going past him? Don't really know yet. A bit of ERS on the exit. We're actually at 100% charge. Our ERS system, by the way, now is so good. What we do is keep it in 7th, maybe for a bit longer through there. I feel like we've got quite a good pace at the moment. Oh, not a fantastic line, but not an awful line either. We just struggle to get close. Is it worth perhaps just trying to get him though? Can we pull away? Are we faster at this stage? The crossover point will be soon. It will be soon. Can we get him this lap? Do you even think about getting this lap? We are quite far back, but we should have fairly good straight line speed. And there you go. I think we get him. I think we nail him. Whoa. Moved over on us quite late there.
Nice work. That brings you up the place.
Right, upper position. Can we go any quicker now though? Or will he just be right on us, getting DRS the whole way? Can you get DRS at least initially? Just trying to manage the oversteer a little bit more through there to try and keep the tyres alive a bit better. Already half a second away. He's not all over us. Maybe we have already got better pace.
Use your overtake.
Come on, let's try and pull away now in the first sector. They're so fast in the first sector. By the way, the Mercedes are already miles away. But don't forget, most of these guys, I think, are going to be on two-stop. The game was certainly very much suggesting us a two-stop. Wasn't really even considering a one-stop, was it? Keeping 7th now, 6th here. That's a bit better, I think. Yeah, definitely better. Oh, back end was not in line with the front there. That's what caused pushed us so wide. Really compromised us as we tried to change direction. 8 tenths. Can we sneak him out? I don't think we can. He's just going to get it by a couple of tenths. I think we are a bit quicker though, so it was the right decision to overtake. We're now just try and break the DRS though. We don't want him sitting there gaining DRS from us. We want to try and pull away now. We have got good straight line speed. Despite our fairly high downforce setup, we're still pretty good in a straight line. He is over a second now. Can we keep that up? A little bit deep again. It's okay. Our best lap, not by much. Cars ahead, still not able to overtake just yet, but they are battling a little bit. If they get side by side, they could slow each other down. Fortunately, Mercedes at the moment, very much not battling. 1.2 now to Perez, which is lovely. That is enough to not let him get DRS, just about. Just about, but it's enough. No DRS for Sergio Perez this lap. Now let's run away now. Let's run away, start to put it on the cars ahead. Remember, strategy, completely different. Completely different strategies today. I believe they are all on two stops. Some of them might still do a one stop, but I believe they're planning a two stop. Let's just keep on it for now though, to try and make sure Perez does not get DRS again this lap. That was a much better line through there, much more efficient, use the curbs a lot better. We can start to settle down a little bit into this race now, try and build up a good rhythm, is what I'm looking for. 1.2 now to Perez, he's not going to get DRS. Let's keep this up, let's try and pull away. McLaren ahead though, pretty quick. Just nicely keeping Verstappen at bay. I suspect mainly because of straight line speed. Now, will the cars behind start overtaking Perez? I don't know. We need to be higher than P6 though. We can't let Lewis Hamilton, I assume it's Lewis Hamilton by the way, in P2. It is. Can't let Lewis Hamilton beat us. We want to be, if he does beat us, we want to be right in behind him. We can't let him keep having multiple positions between us and multiple points gained. Did Verstappen just get pat? No, he didn't. No, he did not. No, he did not. So, strategy at play. Also, weather at play. Who knows what will happen. There is full rain forecast for the end of this race. I always leave so much on the table through it. I could probably go a couple of tenths faster through there every lap, but it's such a difficult corner. It's so blind. Need to use a bit more ERS than that. We had full charge then, would you believe? Slow down nicely. You don't really want to hit that orange curve on the inside. It just bounces the car a little bit too much. We could do with saving a bit more fuel as well at this stage. We don't need to burn the fuel now. We just need to... Oh, very close to a warning. We need to just do our best pace we can, while also saving a little bit of fuel. Up on our best in that sector. Was a nice line through there. Accidentally double shifted. Are we closing on the cars ahead? I'll ask Jeff in just a second. I'll also ask for a forecast in the following straight. Driver in front. Verstappen.
Ahead is 3.6 seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1 minute 34.2. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap.
1/10. Wow, but if we can do this lap, we're up at the moment. Getting a little bit more, but not by much. But again, remember, they're on soft tyres. We should now be able to start getting more and more, you'd think, because their tyres will start to wear more and more. Does just oversteer very slightly through there, my setup. It's not the most stable of setups, but it does have a nice front end. That's nice through there. See, so that little tiny slap of oversteer on the exit. It isn't the most stable of setups, but it's a lot more stable than what I started practice with, I can assure you of that. Right, our new best lap.
Gaining on the car ahead.
By how much, please, Jeff? Weather report. Weather report.
No rain expected. No rain expected.
That means in the next 15 minutes. I think you can only look ahead 15 minutes. The rear, by the way, is really starting to get a bit out of shape. Not enjoying it. Oh, no. That was a big warning. That could have even been a straight penalty. All right. A little bit distracted by the weather. One more of those, we get a penalty. We seem to have done pretty much every race this season with some kind of corner cut penalty. Let's hope we can not get one today. But one more of those warnings, and that is it. We're only on lap 8 at 28 at this stage. Oh, God. Lost concentration again briefly. Driver in front. Come on, Jeff, please.
Our gap to the car in front is 3.
Keep it clean now. I will try. Not very good at it, though.
7 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. The time last lap was a 1:34.0. You're gaining by 3/10 a lap.
Gained by 3/10 on that last lap. Not insignificant. P4. I want more, honestly, but that would not be a bad result by any stretch of the imagination. P4 would be okay. And by the way, that was unexpected. I need to check my rear tyres out. Not that worn. What was that? I just went to... Oh, God. Poor lap. Really bad lap by me. I just got a bit... Well, not even distracted. I just went to wipe the sweat off my forehead, already sweating, and almost lost it. 1.5 seconds slower than previous. All right, let's do a bit better than that this lap, shall we? That is a big old loss. There was several quite large mistakes in that one. Thankfully, none race ending. 3 seconds by the way now to Perez. What I was saying, I think Daniel Ricciardo has got past Lewis Hamilton in the Renault, which would be lovely. If he could keep that up, that would be fantastic. If the Renault could somehow finish ahead of the Mercedes, that would be lovely.
Gap ahead is 4.1.
Let's have a look. I kind of want to see what the difference is going to be lap to lap now. 1.5 seconds we just lost on our best on that last one. It shouldn't be that low. That was very slow. Normally quite good for not making too many mistakes, but that was just a lap full of them. And Charlie's right in with that pack behind. But he's not able to get past. He's just tucked up behind the AlphaTauri. I don't think Charles is going to really score any points today.
We're expecting rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
There you go. Rain now, 10 to 15 minutes. When will that be? We've got about 20 laps left. That will absolutely be before the end of the race if that forecast comes true. 15 minutes would probably be, another 10 laps or so. That'll be miles before the end. Well, again, starting to get some oversteer through there. Perhaps my setup's not very good on worn tyres. Normally it doesn't make that much difference, but so far in this race it is making a big difference. Right, how much better was that lap? Only 3/10. So we lost 1.2 seconds on that last lap. Bad. Okay, Perez behind boxes. People are starting to box. People are starting to box. No one ahead's box just yet. Haven't saved much fuel, by the way, but there may still be a safety car or something yet. So easy, especially with this section. There's several corners and several sections of track that's so easy to get a warning on this track. But I'm not going to hold out much hope for me not having a warning penalty by the end. Bit of a snap of direction change there. The Renault, by the way, of Daniel Ricciardo. I think it's Daniel Ricciardo, isn't it, in P2? Great pace. Hamilton's not really able to challenge him. Not really. Fortunately, neither are we. Double check. Is it? It is Ricciardo. Yeah. Right. Are they all going to start boxing this lap, though? That's the question we need to know for now. Oh, this rear end was fine at the beginning. It's really starting to become unstable. Quite unusual. It wasn't this bad in practice. It's normally, you don't normally get that bad unless your rears are wearing much more on your fronts, which I will double check, but I don't think they are. We're going to lean through here now to help manage the oversteer a little bit. Okay, a few cars head box. Daniel Ricciardo boxes. What's the odds that he's on a 2-stop and Hamilton's on a 1-stop? Ricciardo boxes, so does Norris. Up to P4. They are probably on a 2-stop unless they go for hards. Ricciardo does go for hards. Ricciardo's gone for hards. Is he on a 1-stop? He could be on a 1-stop, but of course now he's not on favourable tyres. I'm really having to be careful of this oversteer, you know, guys. All through this section, direction changes in particular over curbs as well. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we all saw it coming, let's be honest. We all saw it coming. That was such a big one as well. Wasn't a little cut. God damn it, chat. God's sake. Why am I so bad? Every single race I get one. Weather report, yes, I will ask. Weather report.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time.
Over 10 still.
Dry seem like the fastest tire at the moment.
Can we stay out all the way to Inters? No. It'd be silly to risk that. However, it probably is going to rain for the end of this race. Will we get to Inters? We don't know yet. 6 seconds, by the way, to the car behind. Nice healthy gap there. But we're concentrating on the cars ahead more than the cars behind, honestly. Oh, see what I mean? You see how careful I'm having to be? The car should be absolutely planted through that, and it's just not. Right, okay. The other guy's box ahead. One of the Mercedes has stayed out. Hamilton's boxed. Surely Ricciardo will be able to get the undercut. Although he is up in behind my teammate, which might have compromised him maybe. Our teammate boxes. What tyres are they going to be on? Hamilton's gone for mediums. Hamilton's gone for mediums. I think Hamilton's on a 2-stop. Could this be the undoing of his championship? Unless it rains and he gets horribly, horribly lucky and he just goes straight to Inters and takes a 2-stop like everyone else will have to. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, Hamilton got past Ricciardo. Of course he did. Of course he did. Lovely little bit of luck for Lewis Hamilton there. I think Ricciardo got a bit of traffic. Where does Charles come out? Charles is ahead of a little pack, look. Charles got a bit of space to drive into. He should be able to have good pace. He should have great pace. He's got a good car. He should be able to pull away now and get right up to the cars ahead and maybe make some more moves. Let's check his tyres in a second. Let's check everyone's tyres in a second, actually. Wait till the end of this lap. Because that's when the... Oh, a little bit deep. That's when the other Mercedes will box. We are saving a bit of fuel now, by the way. We'll be positive before you know it. On fuel. I think what I'm going to start doing is stay lean here. Get a little bit of ERS on the exit, but stay lean. Because I need lean through this corner now to try and manage the wheel spin a little bit. Bottas has in D box. Mediums 2. What is he going to go for? Now, Ricciardo might not be on a 1-stop. He might still be on a 2-stop. He did box quite early. Albon behind boxes. Hamilton was a bit stuck behind him, which means Perez is... Ricciardo has managed to get right on him. But I suspect on his hard tyres, he will not be able to stick with Hamilton's pace. And we're back to effectively a Mercedes 1-2 by the time we box. Who saw that coming? Literally everyone. Much better line through there. That's a nice line all the way through this section. A little bit wider than that part, but the whole first section was a really nice line. Tyres are starting to feel a little bit second-hand though. Norris was that. Norris has got an issue. Norris has gone to softs again, by the way. Sound like Norris had an issue there. What is that issue? Is it an engine issue? Is it a gearbox issue? Is it a DRS issue? If it's a DRS issue, it's going to make no difference to him whatsoever. Our teammate, by the way, is pulling up nicely to the AlphaTauri. There's too much going on in this race. Right, let's find out what tyres everyone's on. Big split. Charles has gone for mediums again, so he's on a 2-stop. Most people probably are. Ricciardo's the outlier. There's a kind of even split between soft and medium for the second set of tyres. But Ricciardo and Magnussen have gone for hards. Are they still planning a second stop? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one, but that could be good for us potentially if he manages to... I mean, Ricciardo, if he does go for one stop, could end up winning this race. I'm just going to put that out there. Could very much end up winning this race. Now, as much as I would love now to stay out till the rain, it's not going to happen. Our tyres are going to be dead. I still haven't checked the tyre wear. There's so much going on in this race. I'm trying to think about and manage. I will check the tyre wear down the next straight, then the following straight I'll ask for a weather report. How about that, chat? Little lift there. Not a great line, so... I wasn't oversteer, that was me turning in vastly too early. I'm not an esports driver, guys. I'm not a robot by any means. I cannot drive the same line every lap. I find it difficult. Okay. Oh, I was supposed to check tyre wear. I didn't. I'll do it after this corner. %. We are starting to get warm, but they're not too bad. They're okay. They're manageable. They're far from fresh, but they are most certainly manageable. But we're not going to have fantastic pace. All the cars behind will be quicker than us right now. But don't forget, when we go to softs, we will be quicker again. Our hope now is that if the rain does come, which I'll ask Jeff in a minute. By the way, Bottas is absolutely flying on his new mediums. But if the rain does come, we will go to inters. Hope that the two stoppers have already taken their second stop, and then they have to go to a three stop. That will really benefit us. But right now, we're going to be defending from Bottas any moment now. Weather report.
We think we may see some rain. ETA is about 15 minutes.
Okay, still 15 minutes away. I think we'll just end up with a bit of a damp track at the end of this race. I don't think we'll go to inters now. I believe the conditions, unless that suddenly changes, I believe the conditions are going to be for a dry strategy. Now, let's concentrate on Bottas. He has closed in at an absolute rate of knots. We need to keep him at bay here to make this strategy work. Remember, he's done an extra stop than us. This is 4 position. Assuming he does do a 2-stop and we do a 1-stop, this is 4 position. He's already on us. We're at the exact halfway point in this race, and he's already managed to recover almost an entire pit stop. Mercedes have got phenomenal pace today. Jeff's still saying 15 minutes for the rain. Mercedes have had unbelievable pace today. Our car should be right up there, but for some reason our car just isn't working. I don't know what it is. There's been several tracks that we've just not been able to hold a candle to Mercedes, even though we should have really quite comfortably now the second fastest car. We've just not been able to get there. That was a combination of oversteer and correction on my line. He's going to get DRS. I can't stop him getting DRS. There's no way. He's got too much grip. And yes, we've got worn tyres, but they closed in so fast. Our tyres aren't bad. Look, he's only 6/10 back now. Luckily, we've got almost infinite ERS to use. We've got a bit of fuel spare now as well. So we probably won't be able to get past. We're still pretty quick in a straight line. There you go. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. We now need to concentrate our ERS a bit more on this straight. And what we will do as well is we'll back the Mercedes into Ricciardo, not on purpose. But that is just going to happen. If we can hold them up, we're probably about a second a lap slower than what they're doing. I'll ask Jeff actually in a second out of interest. Driver behind.
Bottas is behind you. The gap is less than a second.
Just a bit.
Mediums. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 32.8.
Wow. Don't tell us then what that means. 32.8. Our best is a 33.7. Oh my god, he was so close there. A little bit deep. You're not going to come on the outside of here though, mate. Wow.
In this lap.
Okay. Do we box this lap? I think we do. I don't think we wait any longer. I think we're silly to wait any longer, aren't we? What do you think, chat? Just tell me briefly. Just tell me briefly. In fact, just put in chat right now. What? Was that up the whole time? What's going on? Button's a bit broken. That wasn't the whole time. My button was just broken. I'm going to flash back quickly because I compromised myself by trying to press that button. Put in chat right now what number lap you think I should box on. So if you want me to box this lap, put this number. I'm just going to flash back to sort of here. If you want me to box this lap, put 16. Just the 2 digits, 1 and 6. Put 16 in the chat if you want me to box this lap. Next lap, put 17, etc, etc, etc. Tell me what lap you want me to box on right now. And when we get to the pit lane, if you guys are saying this lap, I will box this lap. As always, they take the alternative line there and almost hit me. We've already backed Bottas into Hamilton, which is annoying because now Hamilton might win this race, but I'm not going to let Bottas go. A little bit deep. Should allow us to get a better exit though. What are you saying? 16? Yep. Pretty much everyone. Yep. Okay. 16 it is then, chat. We're boxing this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Boxing this lap. We are going to push them slightly back into Ricciardo, but not by a huge amount. Probably only by a couple of seconds overall. But what we have done is allow Hamilton to get right on the back of Bottas. Will that allow him to win the race? I really hope not. That is really going to affect our championship if Hamilton ends up winning this race. But for now, let's box this lap. Oh, oversteer through there because I had the ERS still on. That's so wide. Whoa, see his overspeed there. See how much more speed he's able to take than me, even though it's almost flat. Right, boxing this lap then. Going to take soft tyres. That should take us to the end unless it rains hard. But I think rain's not going to make a difference. We should be now, though, hopefully quicker than the cars around us on our nice soft tyres. Now, will we come out ahead of the racing point? We had a 6-second gap before we came in, but then we had lots of lap on a worn tyre. I don't think we are. I think we'll be right in this battle where our teammate is as well. We're going to be behind them. Press wrong buttons. We're going to be behind them even without our pit out issue. We're now back down to P10. That is an actual on-track position, chat. They might box again, or they might not. That is an actual on-track position. We need to do some overtakes here to make sure we can hold on to that. Oh, that was very nearly a warning. These tyres should have really fantastic grip, and they have. And they really have. Let's try and get in DRS immediately. Oh, that's a stupid warning. Let's try and get in DRS immediately on signs. Oh, that's another warning. We did get the DRS and signs, but it wasn't worth 2 warnings. Okay, one more of those and we get a penalty. That is absolutely disastrous. Now, they're all going to have DRS, but we have got good straight line speed. There's a yellow flag there somewhere. And Alfa Romeo's retiring. Is that going to be a full safety car? That'll probably be some kind of safety car. Is it going to be a VSC or a full safety car? Let's side by side up ahead, slowing each other down.
Caution.
VSC! We could have really done with a full safety car then, chat. If that was a full safety car, we'd been right in there. Look at the size of the gap between the Renault and the McLaren, and then there's a bit of a gap as well between the McLaren, Red Bull, and the cars we're just behind. A VSC. I'd have loved a full safety car there. That would have really spiced this race up. Unless they all might have boxed, perhaps. But then that, if they all boxed, we still would have been in P1. Come on, guys, we're a bit slow at the moment. Ah, Zia, I really wanted that to be a full safety car. It's coming to an end now. It's still a bit slow. Come on, guys. Can we get him? No. He also used a bit of ERS there, I think. Right, we've got much fresher tyres now, though. Come on, let's get past them ASAP. If I planned that a bit further ahead of time, I could have got him there, maybe. We're going to try and get him here, though. Braking late. Got him nicely. Real nice move there. Opportunistic, up to P9. We've got a 3-second penalty there. Don't forget, one more warning as well. We get another penalty, another 3 seconds. Giving us a total of 6. Right. Charles not having a good race. Let's try and get past him ASAP. Nice exit there, but look, that's our setup. We're using maximum everything. We've got a new engine. Him pulling away there was purely setup. And a bit of 110 AI, actually. Oh, I got a bit scared there. I was going to hit Perez, but we've got it slowed down really nicely, actually. Real nice, solid move on our teammate. Up to P8 now. Let's try and get past Perez as quickly as we can. And see if we can get after the cars ahead. We want P4 in this race. Unless we do get lucky and we get a safety car, then we can start talking about the win. But I think for now, unless they do all box and we get quite lucky, I don't know. But at the moment, let's just try and get past them. Don't forget, if they box this lap, the leaders, they were right on us. They might come out ahead of us anyway. Okay, okay. Perez boxing. Perez was also one of the first to box in the first stint. So if the buttons. If the Mercedes box this lap, they might still come ahead of us. We need to have a good lap here. We need to have a really good lap. Let's try and get past. Yes, but get DRS on Gasly. Get past him nicely. Have a really nice lap. At the moment, we're barely even getting DRS on him, but hopefully we can pull in a little bit to him. Wow, we've got so much grip on these soft tyres. Purple first sector. Very lucky to not get a penalty there. Very, very lucky indeed. Closed in on nicely. It wasn't a great line through there, but we closed in well enough. We're going to get DRS, but I don't think we're going to overtake him. Bit deep. Late apex again, though. What's our straight line speed like? Let's find out. He's not going to get DRS, of course. We are going to use everything at our disposal. Oh, just closing in a little bit. It's not by a lot, though. It's going to be a dive bomb. Smooth. Smooth. Got that slow down really nicely. Norris clearly has got an issue. He's dropped quite a bit of pace. Remember, Mercedes might box this lap. They could come out ahead or behind us. It'll be close. It'll be close. This lap is going to decide it pretty much. Do they box? No, neither box. Neither box. They are battling, though. It is getting very dark overhead, by the way. We might still be on inters for the end. You never know. I suspect Norris might box this lap, will he? He does indeed. This gives us DRS on the way to it. Doesn't really hold us up. Lovely jubbly. No, both Mercedes, weren't they, on mediums? Ricardo was on hards. He's still out there for now. And to mention rain, it is getting very dark. Charles, by the way, has got good pace. He's sticking with us even on medium tyres. Charles might get lucky here. Might be out there until it rains if it does rain. Not enough for inters. It looks like it is going to rain. So that's for weather report again. Weather report. Weather report.
Watch the conditions. We think there's rain coming pretty soon. Dries seem like the
Pretty soon. What does that mean, Jeff? Look at the goddamn radar in front of you, Jeff. What does very soon mean? Right, where's the McLaren of Norris? Let's find out. He's either just ahead of or just behind traffic. He's just ahead of traffic. Assume he's gone for softs. Norris went for... No, mediums. It is mediums. Gasly went for hards. Odd. Norris has gone for mediums. We should be able to be quicker than him. Shouldn't matter too much, but I'm just thinking about potential strategy choices come the end of the race. Let's hope that penalty that we've got isn't going to make a difference, and let's also hope we don't get another one. By the way, we didn't even get a fastest lap of the race on that last one. With some DRS, it was a good lap, but Mercedes got so much pace today. And hey, look, we are pulling away from Charles. Yes, he's on medium tyres, but we're pulling away from him quite handsomely. It isn't our pace that's bad today. For some reason, this Ferrari car just isn't very good. I know it sounds obvious with the real 2020 season in mind, but we upgraded it a lot. It should be the second fastest car, and it just doesn't feel like it at the moment. Either that or the Mercedes is just so OP. Right, let's ask for his lap time. Driver in front. Driver in front. Jeff, please, it shouldn't take 2 goes. What? That last lap, we're closing by 1.4 seconds on Verstappen. Is that even right? Okay, rain. It is starting to rain. Are the 2 stoppers, they're on mediums right now, including our teammate behind and the leaders, going to stop for dries before it gets to wet conditions? Are we even going to get to intermediate conditions? So many questions unanswered. We can go to the end of these tyres if we want to. Or we could box for inters. It depends how heavy it's going to rain, but it is now raining. Oh, spicy. Spicy. Weather report. Okay, gonna keep getting heavier. I tell you what, if it gets to heavy rain, we will have to go to inters. We're still 7 laps out from the end. I have done sort of 7 laps of racing before I've been on inters before. It's not unheard of in light rain, but if what Jeff said is true and it does indeed just get heavier and heavier, I suspect we will be on intermediate tyres for the end of the race. What is that going to do for our strategy? Let's hope the 2 stoppers box soon. We need at least one of the Mercedes, ideally Lewis Hamilton, to box for another set of dries. You know, being AI, inherently sometimes a little bit stupid. We need him to box. I don't think they're going to. There's not that long left. I felt like if they were going to box, they already would have. I think everyone who went to mediums is just going to the end. I think they're on a 1-stop. I don't think there's anything to be gained here. This is all just 4 position now, I think. Pretty sure Ricciardo's 4 position. Unless we do box for inters, of course. And it changes things up a little bit. And I'll tell you what, the grip's already starting to fade away, which is quite quick. Not by excessive amount, but it is fading away. 4 tenths down in the first sector. Not a huge amount, but it is not insignificant.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Use your overtake button.
We're still closing in on Verstappen, not quite at the rate as before. Could do have overtaken him before they get rid of DRS, but I don't think that's going to happen. Driver in front.
Verstappen ahead.
Verstappen.
Ahead is 1.8 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 33.7. You're closing by 0.4 per lap.
Still 0.4 in that last lap. We are closing. Without the weather, we'd easily be able to get P4 in this race. Easily. We wouldn't be able to get Ricardo. He's 10 seconds up the road still. But we could easily get P4. But with the weather, I don't know if that's going to happen, because the AI are quite handy in the drying, in the wet, you know, worsening conditions. Again, they are inherently traction control, so that obviously really plays their advantage. Can we get now, though, DRS on Verstappen down the next back straight? Not this one. The next one. Jeff thinks it's an interesting one already. I think we are going to win Inters for the end, you know. I think we are. But now let's just concentrate there. Let's try and get past Verstappen. Oh, bit of rear movement through that corner. That's normally very comfortably flat, even on worn tyres. Oh, that's wide. Don't want to get a penalty here. 6-second penalty will kill our race. 3 seconds is already a bit of a struggle. A 6-second one would really kill it. Let's try and get DRS on Verstappen now, though. Not going to get it by about 0.2. Not quite. When do we box? When do we box? We can't stay out to the end. I'm pretty sure if Verstappen boxed now for Inters and we stayed out on dries, I think he'd beat us. I'm pretty sure it's going to get too wet. What might happen though is the Mercedes might reach a point of no return, because they're further up the track than us. They might reach a point of no return for the Inters. As in, it's too late for them to want a box because they don't think they'll recover the time. And because we're further back, we might get a better chance of them to box, maybe. See, Verstappen, look how much he just gained on me through that. Because he was able to be a lot more aggressive with the throttle. Now, they're going to disable DRS any moment now. DRS is still enabled. We are going to get it down this straight, but they are going to disable it any moment now because it is getting wetter and wetter. Pretty sure we're going to be on Inters, potentially even this lap. We are closing in on Ricardo at a fairly decent pace, by the way. Very deep there. That's the wet conditions. Is that still flat? Yes, it is. Just about. There is still a little bit of movement there. We're not going to be able to use our fuel in this race. Oh, rain light's come on for Verstappen. Rain light is on for Verstappen. I reckon that means it's crossover point, don't you? DRS is still enabled, apparently. But surely that means it's crossover point. Do we box, chat? Do we risk it? There's only 4 laps left, but do we risk it? What do you think? Let me know. Let me know. Just put nothing yet. Just put in or out. In or out. In, we come in for intermediate tyres. Probably this lap. Verstappen rain lights just come on. Out, we stay out for another lap. In or out was what I want for you, chat. Keep voting. Right, let's try and get past Verstappen here, though, while we do still have DRS. It might be disabled midway down this straight.
Keep deteriorating for 10 minutes at least.
I don't know what to do. I'm going to select Inters just in case. Can we get past Verstappen, though? He's so quick. Can we get it slowed down? We can. Just about get it all slowed down nicely. Up to P4 in this race. What are you guys saying? I will check in a moment. For now, I want to concentrate and try and pull away from Verstappen the best I can. Of course, soft tyres are the best tyres. Soft, newish tyres are the tyres you want to be on in worsening conditions. Is anyone in the pits? Nobody's in the pits. Well, the Mercedes aren't in the pits. Is it too early still? Oh, I'll tell you what. It might not be by the time we come out. What do you think? Oh, that is close. What do you think, chat? I think it is right on the edge. I think it is right on the edge. One more refresh. We're going for that. Out by 4 votes. We stay out. We stay out. We stay out. That could be a wrong decision. But for now, we are quicker though, because again, we've got the newer soft tyres. We've actually got the right tyres for the conditions. We're 10 seconds off the pace, by the way. There's quite a big gap behind. We wouldn't lose that many positions if we made a wrong decision, to be honest. But even though we're nearing the end, I think it still might be worth boxing soon, because if this is genuinely going to get heavier and heavier, these tyres are just going to stop working. AI has the benefit of not having any tyre temps, as in they genuinely just don't have tyre temps. So that'll help them a lot. Meanwhile, our tyre temps, they're going to start to be cool. At the moment, they're still warm. This is wet now. This is wet now. There you go. Now it's time. Now it's time. Last lap might have been the better lap to box. But interestingly, he didn't suggest a strategy change. Once again, chat, I asked you the question. In or out? That is the only question. We might be able to catch Ricciardo, by the way, because he's struggling on those hard tyres. In or out? That's all I want to know. If you say out now, I think we're going to be going to the end. But I think this is going to get wetter and wetter. I think in might be the right decision. Even though we're probably one of the fastest cars on the track right now, this is not good grip, and it's only going to get worse. Look. But Jeff is not suggesting a strategy change. I think that's because he thinks it's not worth it. I think Jeff thinks we're not going to gain back enough time. But I tell you what, there is not a lot of grip out here. There is not a lot of grip out here at all. I'm going to tell him box this lap, but I will not come in if you guys don't think I should. But I think I should. Mercedes are in. Okay, no brainer. By the way, hopefully Lewis Hamilton was still in P2, because that'll be a double stack. Okay, now he's saying new strategy. Last lap would have been the better shout. Oh, yeah, that's just lap 26. I think I box. Yeah, almost all of you saying box. Good choice, chat. Definitely the right decision. Last lap, with hindsight, would have been the better lap. And that's why it was so marginal with you guys. Okay, Hamilton did get held up, but he's still going to be comfortably ahead of Ricciardo, by the way. I don't know how. Hopefully we don't hold Charles up too much. Come on. He should be more or less okay to not really be held up too much. We wouldn't lose any positions anyway. Right, let's get Ricciardo now. That's going to be basically our only aim. Well, I mean, at least P4. Oh, we have got a 3-second penalty. Okay, let's just try and hold on to P4 for now. We probably could have gained 5 seconds on that lap if we did box the lap before, I reckon, because that was really quite bad conditions at the end. Hamilton is in P2. Hamilton's not going to win the race, which is going to be helpful for us in the championship, but... Whoa. Remember, by the way, though, in qualifying, we were not fast. We were not fast in the wet conditions in qualifying. We were 1.5 seconds off Hamilton's pace. So, I say we're going to try and close on Ricciardo. Ricciardo got P2 in the wet conditions. I don't think that's going to happen. Well, let's just try and hold on to P4 here. With our penalty, we need to try and pull the gap. We need to try and pull the gap here. 5 seconds to Ricciardo. What's going to happen? We're not that much quicker than Verstappen. I think it's going to be a big ask. It's going to be a big ask to try and pull the gap to Verstappen, I think. We're going to do everything we can to try and make it happen, but it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. I'm a bit sad we didn't risk it for the Inters. I was very tempted to overrule you guys. And I do think if I'd have left it for another 3 or 4 refreshes, maybe not even that, you guys would have voted in on that first lap, not out. This is one of the corners that they'll just gain so much. 2.3 coming into it. 1.8 in half a second through that one corner. They can just get the perfect traction through there. Perfect amount of throttle application, I mean. I think it's going to be a big ask. We're not getting Ricciardo. We've got to try and pull the 3-second gap to Verstappen in just 2 laps. I think that's going to be too big of an ask. I think it's going to be P5 in this race in the end, which is not what we wanted. Honestly, I probably would have preferred if it didn't rain. We would have had I was going to say an outside chance of Ricciardo. We were only really gaining on Ricciardo because it started raining and he was struggling on his hard tyres in the wet. We wouldn't have got Ricciardo. We may have been able to pull the gap to Verstappen though. It's some good pace over him. I suspect actually if it stayed dry we probably would have got P4. At the moment we're really struggling to get anywhere near keeping Verstappen at bay. 1.8 only, we just can't gain on him. He's so fast. AI just too good in the wet. I think it's going to be a P5, chat. Only got a second to do. Over a lap and a half. It's quite a lot. We will be quicker in this sector. Right, come on. Let's just go full sweat mode now. If I'm not sweating enough already. A bit deep, braked a bit late there. Tried a bit too hard. 2.4. It looks lovely at this point, but then this is this next corner. If the finish line was here, I might be able to do it. But we've only gained a 10th lap on lap. Just look, it's just so difficult. So difficult. We did do a bit better that time.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Deep there. It's going to push us right out wide. Let's not get another penalty. 2.3. We need to gain 7/10 this lap. Driver behind.
Verstappen behind. Okay, the gap behind is 2.1 seconds. They're on fresh inters. Their tyres are 1 lap old. The time last lap was a 1:44.4.
Don't know what we did. Didn't catch what we did at all. Oh no! That's another penalty. That's it. It's over. But we might even lose it to Charles. No, we're not going to. That was because I had to push to the limit to try and make it happen. That was a do or die sector. And unfortunately, in this case, it is die. It is going to be P5 for us. And Hamilton is only going to get P2 at least. He's not going to get P1, which is a bit helpful. But we are going to lose more ground to Lewis Hamilton in this championship. We need to start beating him. I honestly thought at the start of the season, the Drivers' Championship was going to be done. That was going to be easy. That was in the bag. No worries. I thought at this point in the season, I would have probably won 3 races in a row and I'd win the rest of them. That was based on a my team career. Turns out the driver career stuff is a little bit different in terms of the dynamic. We should have enough pace over Leclerc. And it's interesting, again, look, we should have the second fastest car. We should have the most downforce. That's shoot weather conditions. We've got the most powerful car. It is a fairly power-sensitive circuit. Yes, our chassis is only the 6th best. But those other 2 things combined, Charles should be up there. I know he qualified badly, but look, we're pulling away. It is not our individual pace. It is the car. This is where we should be on absolute performance. And it doesn't make any sense. On paper, we should be doing better. But in reality, we can't seem to qualify in the top 10. We have to do these rescue jobs on Sunday and end up probably about where we should have been in the end, but it is only P5. It is only P5 again today. You know what? It's solid points, but we're in a championship battle now. We can't keep scoring 5ths. Interesting. This is a spicy end to this season, by the way, guys. If you haven't already, don't forget to drop a sub on the channel right now. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. We do these every Tuesday at 7 PM. We've got 3 more races to go in this season. And there's your standings. We're now 15 points back from Lewis Hamilton. We need to average 5 points per race. Perfectly doable. 1 win is 7 points. That is doable. And Hamilton might not be P2 in the rest. That is definitely doable. Ah, Crofty just confirmed as well. They do indeed win the Constructors. We had such a bad performance, both me and Charles. They do win the Constructors' Championship. That is that, gone. Remember that? That wasn't long ago that I was trying for that. Again, we had to do a rescue job. We went 14th and 11th to 6th and 5th. That is a great result. We need to qualify better. For some reason, neither of us can qualify well. Charles got held up, to be fair, but he wasn't in the top 2, even in the top 3, with the second fastest car. It is weird. It is weird. Honestly, this is going to be such a good end to the season. Hopefully you enjoyed that race, guys. That was a very sweaty one. Let's quickly get through the interviews, then I'll round the stream out with Doggo, as I always do. Don't forget to join the Discord if you want to continue the conversation. Links down in the description. Come and join the Alex Gillen Discord server. We all just kind of basically happy, friendly motorsport fans, I would call the audience in that. Everyone's really nice and positive. We ban someone once a month. That's how little we need to, because everyone's really nice. If you do want to join a nice racing community, do join the Discord with the link in the description. Whatever, nobody cares. As I said, next race, next Tuesday at 7 PM. We've got a Traction stream this Thursday. I'll be streaming over on Traction's Twitch channel for some open lobbies. If you want to race me, come and join those. Other than that, we have got... Oh, tomorrow, the Formula 1 account is announcing some more features on the F1 2021 game. They're doing a live stream on their channel, so go and give that a watch. I'll be certainly watching that from 4 PM UK time tomorrow. One more plug to do. This Sunday at 6 PM UK time, after the race, I'm going to be doing a stream probably with Raggy, where we discuss the top 5 talking points from the French Grand Prix this weekend. I imagine it'll be mainly about the track, but come and join me for that one. Right, that's all the plugs out of the way. Yeah, sure, the team did brilliant, whatever, they didn't, but Oh, chassis too bad. Yeah, but overall, our performance is second best car. Comfortably. Comfortably. And to be fair, probably when I settled down a little bit. Oh, we've had a got a failed update. Did you see that? Look, this is our this is our car. We're now really close to Mercedes performance, but in the race, they are like a second a lap quicker than us. They are so much faster in the race. It's ridiculous. We also just had that update fail, which is not what I wanted to hear. We could have gone for another major. Instead, we're going to have to spend 1,000. By the way, that had like an 11% chance. Look, it'll be a bit worse now. That one's got 11. I'm pretty sure this had an 11% chance of failure, and it's failed on us. That could be crucial in the championship fight. We're going to have to buy that one again and hope it is. It was supposed to be ready for the Mexican Grand Prix. It now won't be. It now be ready for the Brazilian Grand Prix. That could be crucial. I mean, obviously, there's lots of other factors, but that could prove to be crucial. That's a major chassis update, and this is our chassis performance. 6th fastest. That update was supposed to put us probably, what, 4th? Maybe even 3rd fastest chassis? That could be crucial. We have no updates for the Mexican Grand Prix, chat. We've probably got about 10 days or so. I'm not actually going to do that update right now. I'm going to risk it, and I don't normally do this on the stream, but I'm going to just because I'm here and you're here. I think what I'm going to do... Oh, that one's not going to have a great failure chance, but the only other one would be this one. So, I think what I'm going to do, chat, is go buy that one, because that one should be ready just before the Brazilian Grand Prix, because when you buy a normal update, it takes longer than it does to kind of redo an update like the failed one. So if we buy that, that should be ready in time for the Brazilian Grand Prix, providing 11% doesn't come and screw us again. We then hopefully will get over 1,000 points from this race weekend, and we can also buy that one. Then we should have them both by the Brazilian Grand Prix. We're going to have 2 major updates before the Brazilian Grand Prix. If that one succeeds, the other one will succeed. But that is going to compromise us for sure for the race. The major update, if Mercedes didn't have one, could have put us having the best car. It's not meant to be. Next up, next week, next week, 7 PM, we're going to have the Mexican Grand Prix. So do join me for that one, guys. I'll quickly go grab Doggo, as we always do, round out the stream with some Doggo. But hopefully you enjoyed the race nonetheless. Very sweaty. It is very warm in the UK at the moment. Yeah, I mean, wow. I can't believe, this is almost like I've scripted it. I haven't scripted anything, but this is going to be a intense end to the season. Let's grab Doggo to round out the stream. Waggle by himself. He's a bit less hyper today, aren't you? It's because my girlfriend's at the gym, so she's not been hyping him up in the meantime. Hello. You're a bit calm today, you? A bit calm. All nice and chill. He was a bit sick earlier, bless him. You're alright though, aren't you? Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Right, chat. Hopefully you enjoyed this stream. I will catch you on Thursday on Traction's channel. I've already done all the plugs. This time next week for this video, though. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Catch you next time. Bye-bye.